So I made a video on Cross, who I said was Brawlhalla's most forgotten legend. Now, this was my opinion. However, today we're going to actually go over Brawlhalla's least played legend, which is actually none other than Thatch. Thatch is played under a percent. His play rate is 0.82 of a percent. So that's like extremely low. It's pretty ridiculous, but we can just use this video, talk about him. You know, why does he get played so little? Because he's actually not that bad. So Thatch is a legend that, first and foremost, he has sword and blasters, which is a really good matchup. So I think for a lot of people instantly it's like, well, okay, that's actually a pretty good combination. And yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I think the biggest turnoff for people is the stats that, okay, I don't want to have to play a 4 defense legend. I'll let him get back. I don't have to play a 4 defense legend that has these. You know, I don't want to have to kind of play like a glass cannon type way. And, you know, that's understandable. But even the stats, like, I think 4 defense is a bit overblown. Blown out of proportion, I think is a better way to put it. It really isn't that bad, especially in 1s. In 2s, now that makes, you know, I understand why you wouldn't want to play 4 defense in 2s, of course. However, in 1v1s, any 4 defense character is honestly fine. You could probably even play 3 defense and get away with it. I just think there's such a stigma behind having anything less than 5 defense that people get a little wary of once they see a 4 defense legend, which, you know, shouldn't be the case at all. There's been several 4 defense characters in the past that have found success. Mirage, Thatch has found success through Silly Goby. Really the only Thatch player to currently exist right now. I mean, he's like a hardcore dedicated Thatch main. But, and another thing, they have 4 defense, like all these 4 defense legends, they have good SIGs. They genuinely have like great SIGs. Thatch is no different. Maybe not as good as, like, you know, say Mirage or whatever, but Thatch still has such strong SIGs, especially I would say on sword. His sword side SIG, well, really all his sword SIGs, they hit like an absolute train, which do reflect his character pretty well. And same thing with his blasters. Mainly the most notable is that you can do blaster. Let's see if I can get an edge guard. You can do blaster, I guess not. You can do blaster delight into nsig true until like 40-ish damage, I think. Or no, that's how much damage it deals. But that's a true combo, high damaging one at that. Like, it's definitely worth going for if you can hit it. It's kind of like Cassidy's delight nsig on blasters as well. Moving on though from nsig, sure, you can use that, not as like really a way to kill usually, I'm pretty sure, but early on it's just like the highest damaging thing you can get off of delight on blasters. But on sword as well, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember if sword has delight into dsig true. That's something I could probably check. I'll probably check after this game. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. His side sig hits pretty hard, has a good pretty good range as well. Dsig, you know, Dsig, I think we've all talked about or been hit by, you know, the cannonballs that Thatch has, which I think is it's a pretty good and effective way of like edge guarding in 2s. And 1s also, I mean, I mean, look how much range you can get. Like, that was so far back. No one's gonna be able to attack you from there unless they come in and they chase dodge. But all right, nsig. The sword sigs though, to me at least, I think are super undervalued. Like, his sword sigs, especially side sig, hits so high. Like, I don't think people realize. Look at that second swing, especially how high it hits. If you can see that, it's pretty ridiculous. I know in 2s, I mentioned in 2s, this legend's a lot harder to play, and I can say me and Cody have thought about having a Thatch in 2s, and Cody in general has been like wanting to like play Thatch, but he just doesn't think Thatch's stats are good enough, which I'm gonna, you know, take a guess and say that's because of the defense, especially for 2s, like I already mentioned, but he should be dead. Okay, so I just went training room and I did a quick test. I couldn't get D-Light into D-Sig on Sword True. However, it was 2 frames, which means it's non-jumpable. So if they don't have a dodge, you actually might be able to get an earlier kill with it, which is still like really, really solid. Also, take a quick second, just look at these stats. 7 force on Sword and Blasters is super, super good right now. 5 dex also, that's fine. You know, it's not too high and also isn't like super low. Not like that would really matter. But what you give up for defense is also really, really important. You're only giving up 1 speed, which honestly is not that bad at all. Not to mention, if you wanted to go even further with the strength, it would remove just 1 dex, which you would do fine with 4 dex on this legend. Okay. I'll let him get a weapon. He gave a little taunt at the beginning. Here we go. Now, as far as matchups go for Thatch, I think he covers a decent amount. I don't know how often, honestly, Blasters are like just outright winning matchups nowadays, at least into what's being currently played. However, a good set of Blasters is always pretty dangerous. You can definitely rack up damage like super quick. There's a lot of good dodgeries you can do, but they are a more difficult weapon for sure. Covered that. Recovery, take it. Ground pound. That was actually a really good down air by them. Alright, finish off the N-Sig. Another benefit of the N-Sig is that it does back up. And you can also like dash forward and get a little you don't actually do the dash back, like you'll stand in place when you do it. See if I can hit it. D-Light N-Sig. Don't kill. Actually didn't die. That's always nice. And he didn't turn that around. Oh, I could have had a ceiling combo. You guys already know what I gotta do. Come on. Come on. King's Pass, Twilight Grove, Fangwild. I wonder how far I could take this with combos. Okay, he got me. Well played. Let's see. You know, I always gotta try it. I have an idea for this one, but I can do D-Light Nair. Alright. Come here. It's hard to catch him because he's doing a lot of side lights. I guess I could GC it. But I kind of want to do it grounded so I can save my GC. Alright, come on. Oh, man. He's honestly not doing a bad job. Granted, I'm just okay, I messed it up. I'm just fishing for D-Light, but I could probably do my D-Light a little earlier. Alright, now you know what? I'm committed. We're still going for it. It's like, eat a bomb. Alright. Last stock, though, with Sword. We definitely have something. What was I saying when I got sidetracked for the combo? Oh, yeah. Matchup-wise, I think Thatch is okay. Sword does a really solid job into most weapons, too. I think if you just are playing both the weapons well, matchups are kind of, like, in your favor with this character. Because we're pretty much, like, you know, like the weapon comp goes, one's covers, like, stacked and close-ranged options. The other's more for those, like, zoned-out ranged approaches, which is definitely a good contrast to have. That's why I like Jiro, because one's good for like getting the stringing, and one's good for the that would be Scythe. And then on Sword, the consistent kill combos, etc. You know, they're really, really good for that as well. If you want a more stable weapon, I suppose, if your opponent isn't getting hit by the Scythe stuff. Okay, he goes down. I need to nair him like right in the center. Okay, next bounce we can. Okay, come on, one more. Let me do it one more. I'm gonna finish you off with N-Sig. He bounced the other way. He might be getting 2 damage at this point. Come here. He's actually dead. Fatal error on my part. All right, who's gonna be the last match of the day? J Jor boys. All right, Nyx. That legend is actually super fun. I would like to try Nyx, but right now I'm kind of iffy about Scythe, even though I do mainly play Artemis. But anyways, it's about Thatch. Thatch and Blaster Ditto. Blaster Dittos in general, I think, are just super like whack. However, he's kind of strange because I think he can either win it super hard or lose it super hard, because he has like the highest force blasters in the game aside from Cross. Cross is the only other legend with that high of force, which makes him able to get like D-Light recovery kills a lot easier, which is super, super good. However, he also is, you know, 4 defense legend, or 3 defense legend at base, but, you know, who isn't going to use 4 defense if I'm being honest. Okay, let's say there's a couple of you out there that are using 3 defense. So, yeah, he has 3 defense, which means he's going to also be dying a lot earlier. All right. Feeling kind of good. Moving a little bit. First games of the day, so not too bad. All right, another dare. He should be dead. We'll just do that. Slanted walls helping me with the kill. Okay. I guess to summarize Thatch, though, he's definitely, I think, a bit of an underrated pick in 1s. In 2s, he is very hard to, like, make effective, I guess. I don't want to say very hard, like, to, you know, discourage people who actually play the character, but it's just with, especially with, you know, all the craziness that happens in 2s, not even the weapons, because it's just in general. Lower defense legends are always a bit of a pain to try and play. Alright, he has 1 stock. I don't think I'm really going to go anything stylish. I kind of got that out last game. If I did it other way, that would have worked. I think that's a decent read. Or different. It's a decent way to, like, cover options. Throw an N-Sig one direction. It covers a whole area. N-Sig is huge. Has a little bit of startup, I guess. That is very unfortunate misinput. One more. Yeah, like he had to jump over that wall. Okay. There he is. He is off the screen and gone, and the game is won. GG's. Fun games as usual. So yeah, Thatch, he is the lowest play rate legend. Like I said, 0.82%, which is insane to say the least. That is super, super low played compared to like what the highest legend is, and which I'll do a video on that too. But he's definitely a legend worth trying out if you like both the weapons. Don't get discouraged just because he has 3 defense, which again I think is a big reason why a lot of people do. The signatures hit super hard. Overall, I think he's in a pretty good spot too, so don't expect him to get like nerfed. Maybe guns will get buffed, but yeah. See you guys.